Oh, really?
So to build the studios, the 5 volunteers that walked in, I literally said, open your wallets and throw down a $20 bill for the lumber. And the Varsity Theater donated their old carpet when they put in the new stuff. Tons of donated crap started to show up. When we first walked into this room, it could not have been in worse condition. I designed a wraparound console with reconfigurable individual modules.
Yeah. Well, I got the receipts on me, so we'll figure it out. Okay. Here.
The upstairs office space was really quite large and perfectly adequate for our needs. Jenny Wong, now Ilu Wong, was our wonderful first general manager. In those days, we got a lot of records donated, as well as a lot of broken consumer electronics.
Here we go. We got another.
Our first studio had a reel-to-reel player, 2 cassette players, 2 mini-disc players, a terrible mixing board we bought from a neighboring station, 1 turntable, and an 8-track player.
Too bad we didn't.
Oh, because it don't work.
Well, I don't think it's going to work in here. Now let the speed drift a little bit.
Yeah.
The old mini-disc players in the bottom were great because you could put a whole bunch of spots on them and call them up instantly and play them. I think we paid $1,200 for this mixing board, and it was a dog. We barely got it working.
I think we should replace them with like
We had a
40
little
watts all the
vacuum
way
tube
around.
compressor that
Regular
made us
light
sound
bulbs.
real loud on the air.
Oh, what about infrared meat?
Oh, they do.
I've seen these little halogen spots.
Yeah.
Once a community board was put together, the office space then got pretty darn crowded. And there's Jim, founder of Co-op Radio.
I'm interested in getting feedback.
Many of you old-timers remember this dude, and what happened later.
So I would like to see what feedback people have.
Once we got the 91.7 sharing arrangement settled, KVRX actually signed on a month before we did, and here's the signal coming on the air.
It's 7 p.m. Do you know where your FM dial is?
You'll talk to that station.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Broadcasting from the University of Texas at Austin, playing none of the hits all the time. This is 91.7 KVRX Austin.
And then I want to say thank you to some of the engineers at KVRX. And then I want to go over to Max's Pot. He's having a big open house today and say that that's our new future site.
Right.
And I want to say hello to those people out at
Max's Pot.
across from the state school. Out
It's the Center for Maximum Potential
so what I
Building
need you to
System.
walk me into is sort of how did it start for me?
Yeah,
and then
I'll cue you in with how long have you been involved in it?
and then the transmitter stuff. and things like that.
Right.
Okay.
We, after that selection from Banana Blender Surprise there, we have the Chief Banana here in our technical department.
Top banana.
Yes, known as the plastic banana in some circles.
In some circles, that's right. Bob Nagy, our Chief Engineer here at Co-op Radio. Bob, how long have you been involved with the co-op effort?
Old golly Moses, I'm one of the real old timers there, right, Jimmy? He's making faces at me. I think it was like 85, 86 or whatever. It was Ellinger and I used to sit on the roof of Whitehall over there with stars in our eyes. We were just like infatuated with this idea. And like he doesn't want me to say, we've become middle-aged waiting for it. But, hey. But it's here, and today's the day. My God, we made it. Even though there's screwdrivers and soldering guns laying all over the studio still, and you know.
Well, our studio seems to be in very good functioning order.
Well, basically, the studio, we started sort of from a bombed-out shell of a room down here on 505 San Jacinto. It looked like if you went down a subway tunnel in New York about 1,000 yards and made a right, that's what this place looked like when we walked in here. There was green enamel graffiti on the walls. There was, I mean, it was immensely trashed. And now there's a nice wraparound console. We've got wheelchair access. We've got new decks all up and down, and new tables in there, and reel-to-reels and stuff. And it's been a glom together, but like I said, there's still screwdrivers laying around, but you are hearing the sound of my voice. And then I'll tell you about the transmitter stuff too, if you're interested.
Well, Bob Nagy, thanks very much. Do you have anything else you want to say?
I just wanted to say thanks to the folks at KVRX, Bob Simmons, Frank Roberts, engineers, and really for working together with us to make this happen. And I also want to say hello to Plenty Fisk III out at Max's Pot out there, who's having an open house today. It is Saturday, the right Saturday of the month, and that is our future transmitter site and maybe station site out there across from the State School on MLK and 969 out there. So hello to those folks. Goodbye.
And let's hear a big round of applause for Chief.
Yay! All right.
Bob made this all possible.
Station, our Board of Trustees, and we're going to be electing 20 people. All you got to do is be a member of Co-op somehow, either having contributed, become a listener sponsor of Co-op, or been a volunteer. And if you're interested in that, you should give us a call as well.
Yeah, we might cover just briefly, how is it that there are certainly costs connected with running a radio station like this, even though we have a lot of volunteer help. How does a station like Co-op derive its financial support?
Well, at this point, 1/3 of it we're going to try to get from our listener sponsors, 1/3 from underwriters, and that's businesses and other groups that are interested in sponsoring programs, and 1/3 from major grants and donations. And our first year projected budget is $70,000 this next year. That's another thing I'd like to add, that if you're interested in becoming a Co-op listener sponsor, you should please give us a call. We can get your name and address and send you the information. You can send us a check back. That would be really wonderful right now, actually.
This is another way that listeners can participate in the overall operation of Co-op Radio. Well, Jenny Wong, thank you, and I think Marie is ready at the board with another musical selection. Is this what you chose, Jenny, or did someone foist this on you?
Someone foisted it on me, but I'm going to be choosing some ones later on, I hope.
Well, good. We look forward to hearing your own personal choice of music. But in the meantime, it's back to Marie and music. Too loose cueing. Tight cue those.
Yeah.
Come on.
We don't know whether it's the pause or the play button at this point.
Okay, Mr. Nagy.
We don't like that.
And from a mental standpoint, it helps to release and relax the body and the mind, and just allows us to let go of that tension that we carry around with us all day.
How are y'all feeling out there listening? Are you feeling real loose? Good. So that means you can get your drones now, come out and whack away. Let's see. Also, Barb wants to invite you to some free classes.
Every Saturday, beginning on our new schedule in January.
Enticing Jules to come in here, but turns her back to me who stoked the cold that drove the ships, which brought her over the sinuous cemetery of my many brothers. Know the cocktailed afternoons of what can I do in my white lady pink world. I've let your men slam my mouth with their black throbbing hate, and I swallow that.
I'm okay.
I've let your mammies steal
He's got a champagne
Let
bottle.
Bob do it, because he can't get mad at one of us on the ship.
Yeah, I can spill it all.
I'm helping with the environmental programming now.
Yeah. All right, goodbye from the first day at Co-op Radio, and it's been fun. Toodles.